Hi boys and girls, it is Monday, June 1st, 2020. This is going to be the last week for the recorded lessons. There will be 2 recorded lessons and we have our Zoom on Wednesday, which something special is going to happen on our Wednesday Zoom. So stay tuned for that. So I just want to go over everything that we've done with our poetry unit. Everyone's done a great job participating, either sending me things or talking about it on Zoom, so I really appreciate it. So I kind of just put things up here that we've been working on. This was our anchor chart for our characteristics of poetry, how they can be a collection of poems or one page. Some poems are or most of them are usually 1 poem per page. Some have a table of contents, there might be illustrations. There's line breaks, and let's talk about that. You can kind of divide your poetry any way that you want. You can, when you change lines, that's when you pause, and then those spaces between your lines, remember, is called a stanza. It looks like a new paragraph, but we call it stanzas in poetry. We talked about the meaning and the musical tone that poems can have. You guys learned some vocabulary words like metaphor and simile. You guys did a good job on that, being able to tell me which one is which. Beginnings, endings, some have rhyme and a rhythm to them. We talked about onomatopoeia, which are words that are words like bam, pow, so the word actually makes the sound. Alliteration is when the words in a line all start with the same letter, like she sells seashells by the seashore, right? And then we talked about our heart map, and you guys were supposed to put together a heart map. It's okay if you didn't share it or you didn't fill it in, but this is your way that you put your ideas down for writing a poem. Some of mine were my house, having parties, pool, it's my safe and cozy spot, Myrtle Beach, the waves, swimming, the plane ride, it was a family trip. My kids, Dane and Chloe, their football, softball, sports, Quincy, camping, teaching, Washington, D.C., Florida, cruise, all those things that I could jot down ideas about. And then during the Zoom last week, I talked about the 5 doors of poetry. And these are the 5 topics that you can think about for your ideas. There's a wish door. So something that I could wish for is I wish that we could have school for 1 more week in person. I would love if we could have next week regular school so I could see all you guys 1 more time before summer starts. That would be a wish poem I could write about. The observation door, I might take that route. Example, when I was in Myrtle Beach looking at my heart map, I remember the waves crashing on the shore in Myrtle Beach with a bright moon kind of reflecting on the water. So that is something that I saw, I observed. I might take the door about the concerns about the world door. I might write about, my poem might be about getting through the COVID pandemic safely and the feelings I've had while being at home. I might take the wonder door to write about my poems. Wonder what my 5th graders moving on will do next year in the middle school. Will they come visit me? Maybe writing a poem about that. And then last door of poetry is the memory door. So this is where you might do a poem about a memory. For me, I could write a poem about canoeing with my husband. We were canoeing one time and all of a sudden the weather switched and these big hail balls started falling from the sky and onto our canoe, and we had to canoe really fast to the shore. So those are the 5 doors of poetry. So these doors and your heart map ideas is the best way to come up with your poem, okay? So your assignment is to write a poem. It can be long, it can be short, it can rhyme, it doesn't have to rhyme. You can make your lines any way that you want. You can put spaces where you want. That's the fun part about poetry, okay? So you can write about one of your wishes, something you've seen, some concern you have, something you wonder about, or some type of memory, okay? So use these 2 to really help you out, okay? So look at your heart map, and also the 5 doors of poetry is on my lesson plan this week. So if you go onto my lesson plan, you can look at the 5 doors of poetry so you don't have to keep coming back to this video. So with all that and everything that we've learned these last couple weeks about poetry, I wrote a poem. And my poem that I'm going to share with you, and I'll share a different one on Wednesday for our Zoom, I chose Myrtle Beach, and I am using the observation door, something that I've seen with the waves crashing. So here's my poem. It's called Waves. Waves crashing, footprints wash away. Moon bright, shining light, sparkles on the water. Dark sky, waves crashing, a water song. And that's my poem. So I want to show it to you. So there's my title. I put by Mrs. Kieninger on top. Waves crashing, footprints wash away. And then I pause. Moon bright, shining light, sparkles on the water. And then I pause again. Dark sky, waves crashing, a water song. Okay, so that's mine. I used my heart map for an idea and then used another door of poetry to come up with my poem. So that is your assignment. You are going to come up with an idea. It can be on your heart map, or it can be something new that came up after your heart map. And then kind of use one of the 5 doors that you're going to write yours about and write your poem. And then please bring it to the Zoom on Wednesday. If you don't feel comfortable reading the Zoom, reading your poem during the Zoom, that's fine. Hopefully there's enough of us that we can read the poems. So that is your assignment. And I think that's it. I hope you guys are enjoying the weather. There will be another recorded lesson this week on Thursday, and I will see you at the Zoom. Bye.